There's nowhere you can be alone anymore, except your own head. Today I wanted to talk about rejections and reviews and just share a few examples. I'm going to go through a few of what I consider to be the harshest rejections or reviews, the most frustrating. Rejection always sucks. As you're a little further along in your writing career, as you're published, and as you have more irons in the fire in terms of submissions, stings a little less. But at the same time, you never want to completely write it off like, oh well, it doesn't matter, sending to the next person. Check out what the editor had to say. In this first case is a story which deals with someone with lycanthropy using colloidal silver. When the story was rejected, it came with the usual, just not right for our publication, the general stuff. The only specific criticism was that colloidal silver, and you should know this, David, turns people blue. They look like Smurfs, which I put in the story. I read that and I'm like, oh, okay. He didn't actually read it. He didn't care for it, so he skimmed it looking for something substantive to say. And he grabbed that, and if he had done just a search for the word blue, he would have known that was addressed. I did not respond. I did not, say, hey, I know you didn't really read it. I just submitted somewhere else. I felt like my intelligence has been insulted a little bit. I felt like they didn't need to do that. They could have just said, no thanks. Oh well. All right, let's talk about negative reviews. My first novel, Empire, I got this review, and it did mention some things that were inaccurate about the book. Now, first novel, I think this may have been my first, 1 star and only. So I responded on Amazon. I responded in defense of my editor, who I felt had taken a lot of undue flack for these supposed inaccuracies or oversights. And so, and I was super polite about it. And then they wrote back and said, appreciate you taking the time to respond to my incendiary review. Maybe I'll check out your stuff in the future. And a couple days later, the review was deleted. And I felt bad about that. Well, that's a net positive for me, I guess. I felt like I made them. I don't know if they deleted it because of the inaccuracies or if they deleted it because I made them feel bad, which was not my intention. And I know I really shouldn't care, but I don't want to make other people feel like they don't have a voice. The nastiest review I've ever received was also for Empire, but it came years after the book came out. I just happened to find it on a blog, and they went through and they made some good points too. But they also said that it was unfortunate that I was alive. So I was like, okay, so this is just some edgy, snarky reviewer. But I'm reading the review more, and I'm like, God damn, do I know this person? Did I kill their parents? I looked at their profile. There was nothing there of any substance other than them saying that they also write fiction, but they will never show it to anyone because they don't want any bad reviews. So that bothered me for a long time because it seemed worded in such a way, and they probably thought I'd never see it, or maybe they did, but they wanted it so shitty. That was over a decade ago, and I never replied. I vented about it a little bit on social media, and everybody's like, dude, link it. And I was like, oh, shit. So stuff like that, you just have to absorb it. If you meet anybody who is up their own ass about how they're never wrong and editors don't get them and stuff, run. If you're dealing with any kind of man-child or just adult child who thinks that self-publishing or small press is their safe space, run. Should be a safe space for people who really care about it, but even then, like I said, some reviewers are going to want you dead.